So in this video, we're going to be talking about Monin Fusion. I'll let Tony explain what this is in a second, but we had this conversation up at NRB, Northern Restaurant and Bar Show. And because of the world I'm in, rum, I love playing about with different flavours. And it's no, you know, this thing is not new to rum world. You know, your Don Beaches, your Beach Bum Berries, your Trader Vic's all had blended syrups. So when we had this chat about this, it turns out
it's something we're working on.
You're working on this.
it.
So Monin Fusion, explain. Come on, what are we talking? What is it?
In short, Monin Fusion is basically the idea of making new products based on products we already have. So say, for example, you wanted to make a Nutella or a Ferrero style syrup, you could take chocolate cookie, you could take roasted hazelnut, combine them in, say, equal parts, you've got brand new syrup.
Wow.
And it's just encouraging people to be a little bit more experimental, to play around with things. It covers, you know, combining syrups, but then also adding things to syrups to make completely different things. So shrubs, which is traditionally like a vinegar of a syrup.
Yeah.
You could take 2 parts of a Monin product, say wild strawberry, add balsamic vinegar as to 1 part, so 2 parts to 1 part, and then you've got like a wild strawberry and balsamic shrub.
Amazing. And
so you've got your acidity in there.
You can just bottle that up.
And use it as a batchable ingredient for your cocktails, or, you know, basically creating your own serves.
I think this is a massively underrated, especially the way
you've got all of these flavours. So if you imagine if you used to do the math, I'm not going to do it now because my poor brain. But if you was to add them up and look into the possible combinations of combining different syrups, you're probably in the tens of thousands.
Because also, you know, it's like from what I do as well on YouTube and stuff like that, I know so many of you have got multiple different flavours sitting at home, sitting in your back bars, you know, probably not going off, but you're not doing anything with them.
You know, for example, someone might have bought a bottle of sangria syrup to make sangria for a house party or welcome drinks, or you know, if you're in a bar or restaurant, a themed night. And then you've got some sangria lying around it, you're not going to use again for another year. Once you've opened it, it's obviously probably going to go off within that time. How can you then utilise it in different drinks? You can do different styles of drinks with sangria syrup, but you can also add other things to it to make a whole new product. But then when we start talking about...
some examples of this then.
Sangria, you could maybe add some bergamot or some lemongrass to make a more Asian spiced version of a sangria. Pair that maybe with white port and lemonade. Boom, done. Outside of that, you could make a tiki blend. So you could do mango, pineapple, orgeat, passion fruit. Use that as a base for creating really complex flavour profiles in otherwise fairly simple drinks.
I think
so, but if you used to make a daiquiri with that, you've got 4 different fruits and flavour components, but you're still following the same 2 to 1 to 1 ratio, essentially.
Wow. So this project you're working on, is it kind of just, you know, just for you to get is it specifically for something, or what is are we going to see Monin Fusion out there, or is it just us?
It's more us showing people what they can do with our stuff.
I'm so
that's essentially it. Won't be us, say, taking chocolate cookie, like I said, with roasted hazelnut, bottling it ourselves and selling it as a new SKU. It's more showing people what you can do with our stuff.
So come on,
you're not limited to that flavour.
Give us a few real, because I know you've got a few bottled up here.
Yeah, so I've made some in advance that I use quite often here.
Give us some real world examples so people can see.
That was a full bottle. I made this a few weeks ago and I'm absolutely burning through this because I'm actually mainly drinking it with soda outside of creating cocktails.
So this is
tropical mix. So equal parts mango, pineapple, passion fruit, pink grapefruit and blood orange.
Syrups, all syrups.
All syrups.
Wow.
So you got, I think it was 5? All equal parts. So say you took 150 mils each. And these are all syrups that are typically around. They're quite popular SKUs. Maybe not so much mango, that's not essential. You could go down to 4 and you still kind of get similar flavour profile. But you know, the likes of passion fruit, mango, pineapple, most people will have orgeat as well. You could include orgeat into there.
Why?
To make a tiki blend.
I know what my answer would be, but why would you encourage bottling up like that? So you've got 5 different parts. Why not just do...
Right.
I know what my answer is.
Yeah, I think we've got the same answer.
We're on the same page.
Imagine you're making a daiquiri,
yeah,
right? And I go, all right, so do 50 mils of rum, do your 25 mils of lime juice. All right, now do 7.5 mils of pineapple, 7.5 mils of orgeat, 7.5 mils of this. A, you're more prone to making mistakes. So your consistency's out the window. And B, that's going to take a long time, right? The idea of pre-batching is basically consistency and speed of service.
So when we go, like, it's called Trader Vic. I think it's Trader Vic, not Beach Farm, but Fashion Oda syrup. You know, it's that same thing, Fashion Oda, passion fruit essentially.
Yeah.
We loosely class it
The
as
same
grenadine,
thing,
red
yeah.
fruit. You know, this is not a new thing, but we just don't do it for some reason.
The same thing applies to doing, this is one that should just come to me. You could do an old-fashioned mix. So when you take your sugar, start off with brown sugar or pure cane. Sorry, my phone's on.
His phone, his love line's going off.
You could do pure cane, brown sugar, add your bitter elements to it, maybe incorporate a different flavour profile by combining syrups, and then it's just that and your bourbon. And you've got an old-fashioned.
Amazing, amazing. I love
So say you want the really rich notes from Muscovado, but you don't want just Muscovado, you want to bring it down a little bit, you could do 1 part Muscovado, 2 parts brown. Add your bitters in there.
My little brain is going.
Honestly, it blows my mind, like the amount of stuff you can do.
This in a daiquiri, I know is going to be flipping amazing.
Shall we?
Well,
It'd be rude not to.
It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it?
Okay.
So real world example of Tony's tropical mix. In there.
Let's go for one of my favourites.
Bit of plantation.
Why not?
Plantation.
So 50 mils, say the magic word, Steve.
Bubble.
There we go.
I just love, you know, I know bars, pubs. I say pubs. Pubs are my passion because I want
20
pubs,
mils syrup, sorry.
20 mils. I want pubs to be able to serve great drinks that are just so simple. You know, they think it's beyond them half the time, and it really isn't.
It is literally as easy as this.
Boom.
Fresh lime juice, 25 mils.
Good old.
Bit of ice.
Ice.
Don't be a poop. Freezy poop.
So quick shake, ice cold shake.
Yep.
Let's get them on the magic.
It's nice and frothy there.
You know, look, bars we're always going to go in a coupe, martini glass, Nick and Nora glass. But look, let's be brutally honest. If you're a village pub, the daiquiri is not beyond you at all.
No.
You get your whiskey tumblers, you know, your rocks glasses.
Throw in some ice.
Ice. There is nothing wrong. Don't let anyone tell you you can't.
9
serve
times out of 10
daiquiri
as
glass.
well, you know, outside of like the bougie London bars or the high-end places, that's what people are going to expect. If you've got a blender around, you know as well, frozen daiquiri is always going to be a delight. Yeah.
So easy, simple drink, so easy. 5 syrups in one.
What we're doing here as well, you know, if you was to put a little bit of Campari in here, you're getting on the borderline of like a dry daiquiri.
Yes.
Yeah. But that is pretty much a tropical daiquiri. You got 5 different types of syrups in there, but same ratio. Banging rum, fresh lime juice. It's that simple, honestly.
That's magical. I mean, the possibilities are endless. And if you want inspiration, I mean,
we're always on hand.
We're
Give us a
always,
call.
like all of us.
Yep.
But me, you know, Drinkstuff. These guys at Monin, they're always about for this.
This is basically what I do for work, isn't it great?
Look at all these combining just 2 of them together, let alone combining 5 of them together.
Yeah, my favourite, you know, obviously these are more on the fruity, funky style, but when you're talking like dessert cocktails, like I said, chocolate cookie, roasted hazelnut, you got Nutella, Ferrero Rocher.
And I think the different spirit categories, like my head, you always know, my head is always rum.
No.
So I'm always thinking Falernum and Orgeat and those fruits. But if you went gin, you know, we were just chatting about it earlier, the blossoms and you know, you could combine a couple of different blossoms.
I mean, if you look at our kind of range of syrups, there's already a couple things on there that kind of fit into the Mon Infusion. We have a pina colada syrup. Fundamentally, that is coconut and pineapple. Falernum is just a blend of, you know, ginger and spices. Why not do it with more things? Amazing. You know, you're not tied down to just all of this.
Little competition for you. Well, it's not a competition, but a little task for you. In the comments below, all your syrup brands, whatever, it doesn't matter. Look, we talk about Mon in here, but whatever syrup, let's not go into brands, but put your combinations, put your fusion blends in the comments below, and we can
see what you've got.
For months and months and months to come. We can see what pops up here.
It's like a Rick and Morty thing with the show.
What, here's the one. I'll tell you what we'll do is, we'll revisit this video in about 6 months' time, and if there's comments on there, if it's there, we'll pick one of the syrups and we'll each make a cocktail with it. And see, yeah.
Yeah,
we'll
I like
do
that.
So there you go.
Show me what you got.
Amazing. Morning.
We doing it again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Best one, yeah.